about how great it is to have a computer in your kitchen. It makes eating so much fun. What is this? Ooh, some sort of crab cake? Wow, that was expensive. I won't eat your crab cakes, Mom. But I want to. It's kind of a weird thing when you think about it because I don't really watch shows just by themselves anymore. I only watch when I'm eating. And I've gone through all of Next Generation, all of Deep Space Nine, and now I'm going through Voyager. It's great.
Won't this take years to learn? It will indeed.
May I join you?
No.
Okay, so they're talking to a holodeck character, so obviously they don't care what the holodeck character thinks, and there's no feelings to hurt. But what if we had a way of communicating with people where we could be that upfront? Just be like, may I join you? No. And it's not a personal reflection of like, no, and I don't like you. Just, no, and there's a reason for it, but don't worry about what it is. And the other person be like, okay, is it even possible for humans for us to ever get to that point? Or is that even something we should? No, that is something we need more of. Is more clarity and less hurt feelings over made up stories. Oh yeah. Well, sometimes the video watching does kind of bleed over after dinner. Oh, this is gonna be a good one. Oh, that's comfort right there, son. Oh, baby. When I first started watching Voyager, I was like, man, I'm really unsure about this show. But somewhere in like season 2, they just really hit their stride. It's a great show. Don't write it off. This is directed at my brother. Don't write it off. You better watch that, son. Let me tell you something. It feels really good to finally have my windows open again. It's actually not warm enough outside for that yet, but I don't care. Close enough. You guys ever heard of Alan Watts talk about prickles versus goo? Basically, people are either prickles or goo, or prickly goos or gooey prickles. I would very much define myself as a gooey prickle. Fundamentally, I'm a prickle, but I'm a lot more gooey than most prickles. I'm friends and family with a lot of goos. There's a lot of gooey people. But in the end, you always want to be a little gooey, a little prickly, and not too far on one side. I tend towards the prickle. Oh my God, boy. Huh? So we just finished an episode, we just released it. The public release will be April 8th, I believe. But we've got 2 more episodes in the pipeline. So that means it's time to get back to my old arch rival, my best frenemy, writing music. Although I will say, I was at my buddy Dave's house and I used his Native Instruments sound library. Wow, what a difference a good sound library makes for inspiring new music. In fact, I should probably start looking into that ASAP because these Logic Pro sounds make me want to die. I was about to buy new shoes, and then I was like, God, I just don't want to spend money on shoes right now. So I'm just getting these for the time being. They usually hold me over for another month or 2, maybe longer. Laundry done. Time to go teach my class. Yes. All right. A good class, and now it is time for a good dinner with you know what. That's right, Voyager. It's time to do whatever it is time to do. Today, the thing to do is to write some music. So there's this episode a long time ago of David Letterman where he had a live orchestra playing the music and the interludes and stuff. And for whatever reason, this is always stuck in my head. They had this segment where they did a flashback and a harp was playing and they just used the harp sound. And he stops everything and says, "Did we just use a harp sound when we have an actual harp player who could have done that?" And for whatever reason, that's always stuck out. But I have a real marimba right here. I use marimba all the time in my music, but I use an electronic one, which granted, it's much easier because you can program it and it sounds basically the same and I don't have to set up any recording equipment. But I was like, man, it's such a waste. Like, why is this just languishing in here? So it is time to move this inside, which seems like kind of a daunting task right now, but. The first order of business is to free it from its cage here, and then we figure out how to get it in there, which is very much easier said than done. Oh, it's too wide. Easiest, but most cumbersome, is taking it apart. How about the front door? Oh, right, okay, front door it is. Okay, it would seem the only sane way to do that is to take it apart. I'll do that later, but now it's nice, there's a little more room in here. That's good. Ooh, that's heavy. Well, that was a very pleasant surprise that I didn't have to take this all the way apart. As well, I'll clean it up a bit too. Marimba sounds good. Doesn't take up that much room. So, we're good to go. Thank you for watching today's vlog. See you in the next one. Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the USS Voyager. Not Captain of Voyager.